I'm Shannon Stange. I'm here live at Missions Fest Vancouver 2020, and I'm here with Bernard with Mercy Touch Ministry, right?
Mercy Touch Mission.
Mercy Touch Mission.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Now, Bernard, you're working in Africa. You're doing some stuff out there. Before we get to that, I'd really like to ask you the question and drill down into how did God sort of grab hold of you wherever you were at whatever point in life and transform you into this man who's now working in Africa doing the things that you're doing. I'm trying to talk about the theme of the conference, which is Altar Vision, right?
Right.
And we're talking about the surrendered life.
Right.
And in the surrendered life, there's something about what we give up so that God can gain something.
Right.
So let's hear the story of what happened with you.
Well, my story started when I was in grade 11. So I was in high school, and I had an encounter with God, and I'd been to some meetings. God had really touched me at that time, and I sensed that God was calling me to serve Him. But I was on my way to going to do medicine or study something in a secular university. But at this time, I sensed that God wanted me to go into full-time Christian ministry. I remember.
How old were you then?
There, I was about 18, 19, somewhere close to there.
So just at the beginning stages of university?
Yeah, just the beginning stages there. So at that particular time, I said to myself, heaven is my destination, heaven is my home. I have a task before me, convert the world to Jesus. I have to do this before I die. So I surrendered my dreams or the plans that were already mine, what I thought I needed to do to follow what God wanted me to do at that time.
No, that was just the first surrender that you probably had to encounter, right?
Well, I've had several surrenders in my life. As you notice, right now I'm here in Canada. This is Vancouver, and that happened when I was in Africa.
Okay, which country were you in when you were 18?
That was Zambia, in the southern part of Africa. So there have been other surrenders. So from there, after going to Bible school, I went to plant a church, and then went to do revitalization for another church. And then there was a call for us to go into missions into Europe. So it was again surrendering the life that we had come to establish to go and do church planting and teaching in a Bible school in the Netherlands at that particular time. So I've had several of these encounters where I've had to lay it all down at the altar to do God's will.
Now, it seems as though you've come full circle, right? Because you started in Zambia, God took you over to the Netherlands, surrender, and then finally there's a surrender where He says, I'm taking you back to Zambia. Tell me about that.
Yeah, that's really true. It's full circle. So we had moved to Holland, and then moved to Canada. I was serving in Regina, Saskatchewan, where I taught Bible school and worked with a friend of mine at the church there to oversee churches, and then came to pastor a church in Vancouver. So in all these stages, there have been these surrender moments. But reconnecting back into Zambia came also as a way of surrender because of what I saw happening in Zambia with regard to a lot of orphans that were experiencing hardships in life. I couldn't change the channel anymore. I couldn't just talk anymore. So I decided to do something with my wife and my daughters, that we were going to do something one child at a time, and that's really what happened.
So right now you're working in Zambia. You're working with what group of people?
Yeah, in Zambia we work with Mercy Touch Mission International. So we are working with the orphan children there. So that is not.
So
really,
it's orphan children is what you're focusing on.
But we also work with women that need to be empowered and helped. Now, what that we do as volunteer work, that's not my job. My job, I serve as a district minister for the Baptist conference here in Canada.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Now you've got a booth here, right?
Yes.
And that's Mercy Touch Mission International. You're at booth 37, I see.
Yeah, 37, yes.
And great just to hear your story, Bernard. I encourage those that have been listening in to come connect with Bernard, find out more about what it means to live a surrendered life and working with orphans and women in Zambia.